Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Just chatting hates us. What? You don't like yapping? To be fair, there's not really much to yap about. Other than I watched what's it called? Obsession yesterday. Wasn't bad. I mean, I must say I did prefer the first half than the second half, but this is usually how I feel when it comes to horror movies. I always find that the first half is always better. When it comes to horrors, the second half is always worse. At least for me. Without spoiling anything, like it's got the same kind of it is pretty good, like especially for the budget. Without spoiling too much, I always find that the second half of horror movies become messy, if that makes sense. Things become messy. Whereas in the beginning, the first half of horror movies are always so like creepy and eerie, and you know, when you see things for the first time, it's like kind of like, whoa, that's weird, that's creepy, that's, you know, it makes you feel uneasy. But then after a while, I guess you get used to it. And in the second half, they usually try to like one up themselves and they go, okay, now we need to amp it up. We need to like, and then as that happens, it always ends up feeling like, okay, movie stuff, cool. I did find that still present in this one. But I must say the first half was pretty good. Remind me of Kayla. I mean, I'd be pretty concerned. Fucking hell. Yeah, I was pretty unhinged. Letterbox. No, I'll agree with my letterbox anyway. Like, for example, although I think Obsession was pretty good, I would only give it like a 7.5. Which is, I know for a lot of people probably be like, that seems very low. But for me, horror movies are always very low. 7.5 for me in a horror movie is actually pretty high. I usually give horror movies very shit ratings. Most of them are terrible. This one was pretty good for the first. I would give the first half of Obsession like a 9 out of 10. I'd give the second half of Obsession like a 6 out of 10. So overall, like 7.5. I think is fair. But yeah, 100% read my reviews. I don't know why. I'm not particularly. I mean, movie reviews. I'm not even like that. I know a lot more about games than I do movies. Like, movies are kind of whatever for me. 7.5 is crazy low though. I give movie reviews slightly a slightly different standard than like game reviews. Like game reviews, I feel like are so inflated. The reason why I give like so many games like 8 and 8.5 to be fair, is because when it comes to games, like everyone get like, if I feel like with games, a 5 out of 10 isn't average, a 5 out of 10 is shit. So when you see a game with like a 6 out of 10 rating, what 6 out of 10 is supposed to mean is a little bit above average. 5 is supposed to be average. But when it comes to games, if a game gets a 6 out of 10, it's just shit. It's not even worth playing. It's just bad. Like if everyone gives a game a 6 out of 10, and every game I've ever played in my life that has a 6 out of 10, I have been like, nope. That I've played a couple of games that have got like 6-ish ratings, and I've found zero enjoyment in all of them. Like, what should welcome in. Whereas movies, I feel like movies are a lot more sensible. Like a 6 out of 10 movie, it has some qualities that aren't bad. It does feel like slightly above average, and 5 definitely feels like very like mediocre, just bland, and anything below that is just like terrible, right? Whereas when it comes to games, a 5 out of 10 game is practically like garbage tier, like absolute garbage, which it shouldn't be, right? 5 out of 10 shouldn't be absolute garbage tier. So I don't know. When I say 7.5 for a movie, my feeling is it was good. I enjoyed it, but there are parts that I think could have been better. That's what I'm saying when I say 7.5. Stream keeps lagging. Yeah, well, I've put in my 2-month notice for my ISP to change because I don't think they're ever going to get anything done. And I'm going to a different ISP. They'll hopefully get it fixed. Yeah, it's not major lag. It's every now and then it spikes, but it's just what it is. I can't do anything. No, I don't give any movie a 10 out of 10. I've got 0 movies I've given 10 out of 10. I have much stricter I'm able to be a lot stricter with movies than I am with games because games kind of force me into this. Okay, everything has to be 8 to 10 out of 10. It's annoying. Even if a game is like decent but like not the best, and I would like to give it like a 7, but I'm forced to give it an 8 because if I give it a 7, I look like the only weirdo rating it lower than everybody else. So for movies, nothing's a 10 out of 10. I think the highest I would give a movie is like The Prestige, and I would probably give it like a between 8.8 and 9, somewhere around there. Maybe Inception, not Inception. Inception. Inception's also pretty high, somewhere around there as well. How can your favorite movies ever not be a 10 out of 10? Because 10 out of 10 is... So I have given some games 10 out of 10s because, again, games kind of force you to be more like inflated. But in normal circumstances where you give things like real ratings, right? Like, I would give Red Redemption a 10 out of 10, Red Redemption 2 a 10 out of 10, and The Last was 10 out of 10. But that's because I have to live in this weird inflated rating system that games have. If I were to give it a true rating, like a real rating, I'd probably end up giving both Red Redemption and The Last of Us both 9s, and then bump everything down by like 1 or 2 that I've ever played in my life. If I were to give it real, proper, true ratings. Because 10 out of 10 should theoretically mean perfect. It should mean like could never be improved more. It should mean like this is literally the best possible combination of pixels you could put on a screen and the best possible order of pixels with the best possible audio that could ever be designed. Perfection that has been crafted by some advanced alien species that has spent thousands of years to curate the exact perfect combination of pixels. And yeah, that doesn't exist. I mean, people have different opinions, right? Some people don't look at 10 out of 10 like that. Some people just say 10 out of 10 just means very, very good. Like, I personally like the opinion of 10 out of 10 means perfect, and you shouldn't give things a perfect rating unless they are like literally perfect. Now, again, with games, I'm a little bit different because games have forced me to like, I can't give Red Redemption a 9 out of 10 because there's so many other games that are 9 out of 10. Red Redemption's better than those games, so I have to give it higher. So I have to go, okay, well, all that's left for me to do is give it a 10 out of 10 because all those other games are 9 out of 10. I feel like you know what I mean? I can't give a game 8 out of 10 because then I'm saying, well, if this game's 8 out of 10, I gave that game 8 out of 10. Everyone else gave that game an 8 out of 10. I can't give it lower because then it's weird. Then I'm saying it's worse than those games, and I can't do that because it's not worse. It's all just squished together. I don't like it. I do think there are perfect movies. I don't know if that's I mean, maybe for an individual, maybe something's perfect. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Perfect is so hard to achieve. Basically, like, for something to be perfect, I have to feel like every single scene was so perfectly crafted that it's like crucial to the movie. I have to feel like every single scene is like absolute crucial, amazing, makes me feel something, makes me interested or develop some like something. It has to have so much purpose. For something to be 10 out of 10, you would have to have every single moment be like crucial and important for some reason. Maybe I'm just fussy. Could be fussy. I don't know. Maybe I'm starting to sound like that critic from the movie Ratatouille, Igor, whatever his name is. You know that guy? Maybe that's what I'm going to turn into when I'm like 50 years old. Maybe I'm going to turn into Igor from Ratatouille. You think about Red Redemption 2? No. Red Redemption 2 is... games are different, right? Because it's almost impossible to make every single moment of a game crucial because games are much longer and there's player decisions that, you know, it's hard to like a movie. The director controls your eyeballs. It says you will see these pixels at this moment and then you will see these pixels at this moment. So in a movie, the director has a lot more control over your experience in the game. A game, you have to build a world and you have to give the player the freedom to kind of do what they want. Which, I mean, sometimes you can play a game in a way that makes your experience worse, right? Sometimes you can do things in an unintended way or play things in a wrong order or a way that, yeah, you know, it's harder for it's tricky with a game. It's a slightly different way to think about games and movies. They're I mean, there are obviously similarities, but my biggest issue with games, right, like I said, is like, do you know how many times I'll play a game. Let me put it this way, right? Assassin's Creed Shadows, I thought that was a solid game. It wasn't like amazing, but it wasn't bad. Not nearly as bad as what other people said it was, which is a bunch of bullshit, actually. Assassin's Creed Shadows, right? I gave it 8 out of 10. I don't actually think it's 8 out of 10. I think it's a 7 out of 10. But I can't give it a 7 out of 10, because if I give it a 7 out of 10, I'm putting it on the same standard as a much lower class of games. And I don't think it's on that class of games. I want to make it above a certain other class of games. So I said, okay, I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10 just so that you are a little bit higher than that class of games, right? Everything's like scrunched up towards like 7 to 10 in gaming. It's like everything's like there. Like you have so many games that are 8 out of 10s that are like, yeah, they're not bad. They're good. They're solid, but they're not amazing. They're not like, yeah, no, they're not like anything super special. They're just like solid games. And that shouldn't be how you describe an 8 out of 10. You should, an 8 out of 10 should be described as something that's very, very good, like amazing. But what can you do? The gaming industry has got this weird inflated metric system, and I kind of have to just follow it, because otherwise I have to just start giving everything low ratings, and then I look like some weirder, like IGN's low rating on everything. Honestly, though, I wouldn't even mind. Speaking of which, sorry. The problem with IGN, it's not that their ratings are too low. I could actually get behind a reviewer that gives games like lower ratings. It's that they're inconsistent. They'll give one game a 9 or a 10 out of 10. That you ask yourself, how the fuck is that a 9 or a 10 out of 10? And they'll give another game a 6 out of 10. The inconsistencies with IGN, which is weird. It's too much inconsistencies. Like if you're gonna give game A a 9 out of 10, which is a slightly above average game, and then you give game B a 6 out of 10, which is definitely a much better game than it causes questions. But yeah. Anyway, point being is, what game were you playing today? Hey Matthew, welcome in. The Altars DLC. I'm gonna finish the DLC today. I was busy with it yesterday. I never got around to finishing. I thought I'd finish it. I don't know how this DLC is still going on. It's crazy how long this DLC is. The DLC is so damn long. It's actually crazy. I genuinely think the DLC is taking me longer to finish than the actual base game. I don't know how that's possible. The DLC is literally longer than the base game. I don't get it. How's it possible? They should make the base game the DLC and the DLC the base game. Switch it around. Like, it's nuts. It's actually nuts. They need to switch it around. Anyway, let's get into it. But yeah, anyway, Obsession was a pretty good movie. Like I know I said like 7.5, and I know that seems like a very low rating, but it's actually pretty good, especially for a horror movie. Horror movies are really hard to do well. Honestly, horror movies and horror games, I find are really, really hard to do well. Especially, it's even worse with games. Now, I know what you're going to say. Oh, but Resident Evil. Resident Evil, it's horror because it's zombies and gore. I mean, it's not really horror. Like, I don't really classify games like The Last of Us or Resident Evil as horror, because it's a little bit of gore, whatever. It's not fucking horror, man. For me, horror needs to make you scared. I don't feel scared if I see someone's head blow up. I go, oh, cool, look, what do they use? They use some kind of corn syrup with some red dye or some shit like that. And like a watermelon or something for like special effects. Well, that's what they used to do. I don't know if they're still, probably nowadays, they mostly just use CGI, but whatever. Point being is, for me to classify something as a horror, it has to actually be like scary. And the problem is horror movies all fail at being scary. I do feel like with Obsession, I do feel like I never really felt scared when I was watching it. I didn't actually feel scared, but I definitely felt like uneasy at times. I was like, whoa, this is bit weird, a bit creepy, a bit uneasy, you know. Never felt scared though, but I definitely felt like icky. Jump scare in the cinema made me jump out of your seat. Wait, there were jump scares? Wait, there were jump scares in this? I didn't even realize there were jump scares in it. So we need to collect algae, and we need to research the alternator. What the fuck is the alternator? Sounds like a wrestler name. And coming in at 220 pounds, the alternator. That's literally what I think when I hear that. Alright, let's see. We need food. Bill's a friend. Hey, you're getting spoilers, people. Oh, the cost. Oh, okay, I know what you're seeing. Was that supposed to be a jump scare? It was gory. I don't think it was scary though.
Looks like we're running out of storage space.
I was just like, whoa, okay.
All done here.
Sheesh.
Should I do this now?
I'm surprised that they can do that with like such low budget nowadays. Like honestly, what I'm quite impressed by with the movie, I must say, is that I thought that I never really felt like it was a low, like, yeah, like it didn't seem like a super high budget movie or anything. Like, I didn't feel like I was watching like a super high quality movie or anything. Well, quality in terms of like production value, right? It was high quality, just not in terms of production value. But I never really felt like it was like $30,000 budget. What was the budget? It was like what was like 30,000? What was it? It was very low, right? Or was it like, I can't remember if it was like 30,000 or a million. I don't know. No, it was like a million. No, it was like $1 million budget. Yeah, I guess $1 million is, but I mean today's movies are so expensive. Conjuring and Paranormal Activity was ahead of the genre time. I mean, Paranormal Activity was I could see that being a very low budget. Paranormal Activity, I must say, the very first one did genuinely scare me. It did actually feel very creepy. Like, they got very shit. Like, as time went on, they became really garbage. I thought the Paranormal Activity franchise definitely became quite shit. But the very first one, when I first watched it, I actually did feel pretty scared. It was kind of creepy. The Conjuring was also very good. The first Conjuring. I also found they got worse over time. I always find that horror movies get worse over time. They never really... I mean, I guess Conjuring 2 was still okay. It wasn't bad. But I always find that horror movies, they just get worse over time.
Hello, young.
I don't know if anyone else feels like that. Probably do. I'm sure it's not just me. But yeah, horror movies, they're really hard to do well. It's a difficult genre to do well, I find. I don't know if it's just a me problem or an everyone problem, but I do find that horror movies and games are really, really hard to do well. Wait 1 second. Be back in a moment. New Blair Witch Project is made. Yeah, I don't know. I watched the Blair Witch Project, but only long after it came out. I think Blair Witch was like probably quite good because it was one of the first of that kind of movie, which made it feel very real because it was like found footage. But then after that, so many other people did the same kind of thing, and then it became not as novel. This is so annoying. I've got to find one more of these algae. Collect algae, the core analysis. Wait, which one? 3 out of 5. Should it could be here. Oh, I hate having to find these stupid things, man. It's so annoying. Wait, why is there only 3 of them? Oh shit, right, I printed one. I have to now reprint it. I forgot. Finished? Stupid question. I don't know. There's a game coming in August. The Plague Tale. What's it? The Plague Tale Resin? No, the newest one. I want to play that. I've heard good things about the previous games. I actually haven't played the previous games, which is a bit of a problem. I'm not sure what else is coming out in August. What else is coming out in August? Those two. You know what's weird though? When I look, what I have seen from, so I do know of the first two. Right? I've seen like some small footage of the first two. They look completely different than the one that's coming out. Like completely different. Like different games. There's the list. Yeah, I'll take it. The list are probably with those lists, right? There's so many random filler games in them. They show like every random indie game that comes out, and half of them are kind of bad. Where is this algae? Chad, if you were an algae, where would you be? Well, this guy's got his work cut out for him. This guy's gonna be busy for a couple of millennia. Beast of Reincarnation on August. Beast of what? Beast of Reincarnation. What is that? I haven't heard of that one. Where is the algae man? How do you get down there? Just coming out in all of us. Oh, that one is either. I think some trailers. Usually I'm pretty good at spotting game trailers. They usually find their way to me, but I'm good at these games. For some reason. Why can't I move? How do I get down there? I don't understand it. Oh, this camera. Oh, it says I am down there already. That doesn't make much sense. Sense at all. I don't know, there's supposed to be algae somewhere. I can't seem to find it. I've looked everywhere, I don't see any algae. Maybe it's in this area, I don't know. So why does outpost not plugged in? Oh, yes, obsidian at least. Star Wars. We're going to play Terminator Gear 4 Remastered, but I don't want to play Remastered though. Oh yeah, I had to check. I was busy yesterday, so I need to still check that one out. YouTube takes a lot of my time. I'm not gonna lie. Now I finished DLC. I gotta finish this. I'm determined. I am so determined. I thought I finished yesterday, but somehow I didn't finish yesterday. Done. Please tell me we're done. Okay, we're done. Nope. That's a big bubble. Stream. I mean, you're assuming that I'm finishing the game in 2 hours. I thought I finished yesterday, but it doesn't end, so who knows? Alright, let's go back to base. And let's hatch this guy. It's like the 3rd time I'm like cloning this guy.
Hello there. That's right. Take it in, analyze, deduce, interpret. Yes, of course. I knew it. It was all irrelevant. How perversely logical. Oh, no need to be dramatic. Your personal problems are not the focus here. Of course, because it's all about you, right? You're the alpha around here? No, it's about science. Do you have a problem with that?
This asshole again.
Well, I have a problem with a lot of things.
I mean, when you actually send him off to the research lab and he lives his life and becomes old, he actually matures quite a bit. I feel like when they become old, they become so much more mature.
Come on, I can see what's going on here.
In his defense, though, he is like
an altar of
1 year old.
else's altar. Why should I burden myself with it?
He is technically a 1 year old. In his
Because
defense.
you're supposed to be like
Oops.
me. Proactive, ambitious.
What game?
And fully dedicated.
The altars.
That was the whole point of branching out into other scientists. Speaking of which, what was your field of study again? Biomaterial engineering, but, you know, it's all in my head, so can't really say
Listen,
it's
buddy.
why.
You've already grown old and died.
Well, at least you have a sober approach to who
let's
you
not do
are.
this again.
I'll give you that. Let's give you some time to read the project documentation, then...
Okay, I've read this conversation. Alright. Perform a core analysis. What is a core analysis? I'm guessing this. Oh, you've got like 30 minutes of gameplay left. Yeah, it's actually kind of hard to tell how much gameplay I actually have left, to be honest. I actually have no idea.
Oh, beautiful crystals.
Crystals, what?
What are you working on in the refinery? The stench is terrible. Oh, it's not that bad, right? Anyway, ever notice the profound crystal growth of the planet's minerals? I'm testing how the crystal habit changes depending on conditions. Interesting, right?
What?
And why exactly are you testing it right now? Why not? It's quick and cheap, and who knows what I may find. Okay, I won't be interrupting you. Let's see where this goes. Thanks for giving me the okay a night.
Okay, a night. We need to research the alternator. What is that? Where is the alternator? No one's actually doing research. What the hell?
Good day.
I need to go craft. to craft these. Oh my god, that's expensive. That's not a lot to craft. That's very expensive. I need more storage to fit that as well. I'm going to fit this in. Addy G film. Addy G. Who else Addy G? I know of Ali A. Clickbait extraordinaire. Okay, so I need to have enough. Let me see. What does this cost? It costs 300, 200, 100. 300 are the basic ones. So that means I need to have. Space. Okay, what's taking up all my space here? Guy who plays Borat? Oh, you Sacha Baron? Okay, good man. Good evening. Welcome! Craft the core in the workshop. That sounds very expensive. It's actually not that bad. So for food, that guy needs to produce that faster. Okay, so research, what are we doing? We are researching that. Production, we're doing that. After the altar, that's a great question. I've got no idea. I haven't thought that far ahead. Must be a little bit more Palwold, but I'm not 100% sure. What I need is to convert more of this. Where is that? The refinery is all the way down here. It's far away. Welcome.
There's nothing more for me to do here. Want me to switch my attention to this?
Dude, what's this guy in the greenhouse doing? Is he actually like doing his job? Because it says plus 370 for water. Means. He is doing it. Just very slow. So I need, how much of that? I need 300 of that one, which is a lot. And I need 100 of the others. No? Wait. What was it? It was 300, 200, 100. Oh, gee, that's a lot. That's a lot, dude. That's a lot. 300, 500. No. What do you? Hey, don't bait me. It says I need 300 of single squiggly line, 200 of line plus squiggly line, and then 100 of double squiggly line plus solid line. I like it so far. Got it because it's so unique and gorgeous. It is a very cool game. I definitely like the premise of it, the way the game, like, it's a very unique game. I like the idea quite a lot. I hope they do make a number 2 of this one. I think a second version with like new engine, well, not new engine, but like updated like mechanics and stuff would be very cool. So now what? We just wait for resources? Is that what we're doing right now? I don't really know what else we're gonna do. What else really can we do? So craft the resistor arrays in the workshop and research the alternator. The alternator, we needed how much for the research? Oh, do we actually do the research as we speak, so that's fine. Maybe I should do more piping. Oh, shit. What happened? What did he do? Something exploded. What the fuck did he do? Oh, I hate the space loud. How long have you been playing it? I haven't started yet. Oh, that's not the mobile one. This is the DLC. So this base isn't mobile, but this is the DLC. I'm playing the DLC for this. This is my 4th day playing the DLC. But this one doesn't move around, not like the base game. Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh. What the hell did he do? Come back here. You don't just blow up the base and just walk off?
What happened?
I thought you were supposed to just came out like last week.
Malodorous crystals. Oh, I did, and I made a fascinating discovery. It turns out that under the right conditions, the minerals aggregate slender prisms, sort of like naturalites, only they, well,
Blow up in your face?
explode upon physical contact. Perhaps we could use it somehow. Any ideas? Yeah, before we start discussing it, the fire destroyed my notes, and I tried a lot of combinations of reagents, temperature, humidity, so it's unrepeatable. But we learned something important. Minerals
Dumbass.
are wild. Anyway, thanks for letting me experiment, despite the smell.
His operations, not maintenance. Not his monkeys, not his circus. This guy's quite a monkey, not gonna lie. Where's the biologist? What does he want?
Have you read the documentation? You don't have to pretend you care about what I think. I know
Stop with
what
the
my
emo
role
act.
here is. It's fine, Alpha Boy, really.
Where do you get resource for building?
So does that mean you didn't read it?
The
That would have
mineral
been the
nodes.
smart thing to do. That way I could
You
wash
place
my
them out.
hands
Also, every time
clean
there's like a
once it
solar
blows
flare,
up
it
in
like
your
refreshes
face.
all the
Oh, yeah.
resources.
Why didn't I think of that? What do you mean? What's gonna blow up? Oh, it's a long list. Are you sure you want to waste time on hearing it?
Yes.
Probably won't change anything anyway. Every opinion counts. Oh, well then, let's see. Where should I start?
Listen, we've already had this conversation.
The tools are unreliable, the food is contaminated with... Let's say I didn't... Of course,
Blah, 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 blah.
I must admit, I'm not mean, but just...
I've already spoken to you all about this before.
I don't... Go ahead. You hope... Like I don't expect...
Is he a demolition expert? So I'm assuming you're playing the base game, right? So without spoiling too much, these are all clones of a clone. We're playing as one of the alters, but we're making alterations of our alter. So it's like very weird. So they're all like sciencey kind of people because they're all clones of the scientist. But they're still different types of scientists, if that makes sense. We need more food. Yeah, so in this game, there's like a lot of these like there's a lot of these piping of like some kind of
Want me to switch my attention
chemical
to
kind of
this?
thing, and we've got like a whole bunch of like these intake pipes that we get into our base from, and that's of how we're getting some of our resources. Still going. Oh my god, that's a lot of stuff.
There's nothing more for me to do here. Want me to switch my attention to this?
Sure. Yeah, so yeah, the biggest difference in the DLC in this is probably the fact you don't travel. It's all in one area. You're terraforming in this DLC, so the DLC is all about like terraforming this part of the exterior to make it like livable, I guess. That's kind of interesting. Why is this guy taking so long to do his job? I don't understand it. This is taking extremely long. I mean, to be fair, we don't really have much rush because until we get this these little squiggly line resources, whatever the hell they're called, proxilium and mega fluids and all that bullshit, we can't really progress any further. So we just kind of have to wait at this point. It's kind of just all a big waiting game. You've seen 8% top 500. The problem is, right, a lot of those movies, I've also looked at a lot of those lists. There's a lot of movies there that are
Not
like
now.
fucking 100 years old. Like I've seen so many like lists of top 100 movies of all time, and so many movies are like from the 50s and 40s and 60s, and I'm like, yeah, no, fuck that. I'm not watching no black and white movie. I refuse. I need to get this biologist to actually do his work. Someone needs to make an updated list of like 21st century movies or something. Okay, I'm gonna do the greenhouse work myself because this guy's not doing his job.
I've already finished my work, and maybe I can use I'd like to draw your attention to something.
What? Wait. What's that produce now? Oh shit. Keep it generator. I need 160 of that. Oh shit. So I need a bunch of these. How much I got to go run on the map now and collect all these things. I need 160 or something. That's a lot. Fine.
Hello?
I need to talk to the biologist first. Who's the biologist? Oh, we can't go
All
up
I'm
the
done
storm.
here. Should I do this now? My workplace is malfunctioning. Want me to do this while waiting
Make it
for repairs?
non-malfunction. Recommend the DLC? If
You
like
wanted
the base
to
game,
talk
the
about
DLC
something?
is
Yes. Tell
pretty
me,
good too.
is
So,
that a slime mold in our research lab?
We already had this conversation.
What if I told you that you were the genius behind this invention? Your predecessor, to be precise. Really? Come to think of it, why should it surprise me? I knew all along that the QC's little fairy tale of me making stupid mistakes before coming here was nonsense. My intellect is worth much more than that.
Okay, so can't leave the solar storm, so I don't know. I guess just sleep again. Then we can go out again. There's Eddie, welcome in. All right, let's quickly go to sleep, and then we go out, and then we'll see. Why is it not radiation? Why is everyone getting radiated here?
In case of such events, please refer to the
Okay, we have too many metals. no sense between menus and actual game. They're so different. Alright, so we need, how much is this? 160, I think. Quite a lot. Should be doable.
Looks like we're running out of repair kits, no?
No more. Okay, now we should be able to produce one of these things. No, wait, what? No, 160? Oh, 158. It just came out and they already have a DLC. Yeah, it's actually quite, they did release it quite quickly. Definitely released it quite quickly. Insane. But yeah, as you can see, I'm busy terraforming this planet. When I first got here, it was all rocky, barren. Now it was a lot of plants and stuff because we were busy terraforming region by region, slowly but surely. Which is the premise of the DLC, is terraforming.
All finito here. Should I switch to this?
Okay, so I need to go back down here. Was he fixing it or not? Base maintenance. Somewhere. So what I need to happen is I need to produce quite a bit of this.
Functionality manual. Navigation system is
Auxilium, whatever. Biologist is taking really long to do what he needs. It's kind of annoying me. Don't know why he's so slow.
Hey, I can't work on broken equipment. Should I
How
go
did
there
it
now?
break? Did you break it again? break it again? This guy, man. Resistor arrays are going to be so expensive to make. So 300, 200, 100. So we have 100 of this. We need 200 of that. And 300 of that, which is a lot.
Good day.
You are tired.
Saber evacuation function.
So 2 days we have to cryo sleep again, which is going to waste a lot of time. But unfortunately, we got a lot. Can we do this forever? Can we like? Okay, well yeah. We're gonna have to cryo sleep very soon. Do we have enough resources for a cryo sleep? That's the question. We have repair kits when we come out. I guess we will have.
Organic matter.
Aye.
All finito here. Should I switch to this?
So we almost have 200 of the second one, which means we're gonna need 300 of the first one, which is a lot of resources, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, at the end of this day we have to go back and cryo sleep, which means one of the older Yuns will probably die. I don't think he's gonna survive another time skip. Seriously doubt he survives another one. Way too old already.
All finito here. Should I switch to this?
Okay, so we have quite a few repair kits. I guess we're just gonna have to go and cryo sleep soon.
Hello?
Yeah, this is taking way too long. Let me go to the greenhouse and...
Optimize the efficiency.
that case, we should be mostly ready for the long sleepy sleep. What pylon is breaking? What game I'll play next? I don't know. Haven't really decided yet. Haven't really thought that much about it. Okay. Very inefficient way of converting, I must say.
Looks like we're running out of storage space. My workstation is malfunctioning.
Then make it
Should I do
function.
this in the interim? All done here. Should I do this now? All done here. Should I do this now?
Sure. Okay, so we have 200, 200, now we need 300, then we're good. In the meantime, let's go talk to this guy, see if he's dead. Probably he's dead now, let's go see. I would assume he's probably died. Let's take a look and see. Well, the chair's empty. There's a note. Go on to click the final data set. Let's talk more someday. Someday. Kind of sad. You have the one? Other one should still be alive, right? Probably a bit older though. Man, that sounds so sad. Even though it doesn't. But it kind of does. May have lived. Wait, what? Only have been fast. Oh, faster? I mean, the only way to do this faster would be to build a shitload more of these pipes. Right? I don't want to build more of these pipes. There's way too much effort. Because right now we're just practically waiting on resources from these pipes. And like, it takes so much time. Look at all that piping. It's insane.
There's nothing more for me to do here. Want me to switch my attention to
This is
this?
so useful in your life. Any underwater pipeline issues? What water? Everything here is literally just molten mercury. Well, I'll say molten mercury, maybe just molten, but you know what I mean. Those bubbles do, they're anomalies. They're just... If I touch them, I take radiation. They're like an obstacle in the game. You want to avoid them or you want to destroy them. Oh, you're looking old too.
Hello?
Hey, look, he's also drinking a
old
Monster.
friend. What have you been up to?
Friend. Well. Looks like you need to be away for 26 years to hear that word from you.
26 years, so it's 13
just
years
teasing
each
you.
time.
What brings you here?
Elementary human concern. Does that surprise you?
Not so much. I always thought you had a soft
Punch
spot
Viking?
for the least perfect version
What
of
color's that
yourself.
can?
I'm glad you stopped by. I've been thinking a lot lately about our early conversations. Remember them?
You were actually quite likable. Pragmatic, non-confrontational, easygoing.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass. At least to myself. I didn't understand why you would create an alter like me. Other than to have me work my ass off in the greenhouse, of course. But, now I see the point. My purpose wasn't to process my own failure. It was to help you overcome your fear of it.
I'm well aware that every failure brings me closer to success, which is why I'm not afraid of it.
But you are. That's why you see it as something that needs to be corrected, instead of a legitimate outcome. Let me tell you this. If you spend as much time as me looking at those plants over there, eventually you'd start noticing the less spectacular ones. Those that hang low, just above the ground, overshadowed by the ones that made it into full light. And you know what? The bastards are doing just as well.
Okay. Blue and pink. Blue and pink. I don't think I'll try that one, though. Oh shit, oh no. Oh no, I touched all the anomalies. I wasn't supposed to touch the anomalies. I'm gonna get acute radiation sickness. Yuck. Alright, we got, we need to get 300 of that type of resource, then we can build the last thing, I think. It'll take a while to get to 300 though. It's gonna take quite a while. course, this biologist is too slow.
I'd like to draw your attention to something.
Hello, hello.
What?
What is it? I admired
And
that
some skeleton is here.
the anomaly repulsor.
2 when the new update comes out?
Found
Yes.
it really
Well, wait, which
inspirational.
update are you talking about? The update just came out. There's the next one. I don't know when that's coming out, but I will definitely
Did
be
it
playing more
inspire
Subnautica 2 when it
anything
comes
else
when more stuff
aside
comes
from
up for
that
it.
unsubtle
For
feedback?
sure.
To my own surprise, it did. I wouldn't dare to criticize. I just wanted to make a suggestion if you're in the mood to listen. And we don't need that giant module. Unless you love it. But if you don't, I drew initial blueprints of a device that should do the exact same thing. Several more hours in the research lab and it should be good to go. Thank you, but we have a functioning solution. For now, it has to suffice. Suit yourself.
Rude. Alright, so 184 out of 300. I mean, I think if I sleep again, it should be enough, right?
Sure, this is easily.
Yep, that's enough. Alright, so now we can craft the resistor arrays.
Looks like we're running out of storage space.
Maybe, don't say. Zero-point generator. Rocky Valley. There's the Rocky Valley.
It's hard to imagine I'm looking at something that could literally alter the fate of the world.
Fate of the world, fate of
The
the universe.
responsibility is almost crushing. They better make sure we're prepared for activation.
I think it's gonna go horribly wrong, isn't it? Wait for 1 second. rewatch the trilogy. Dark Knight. Oh, you mean the Batman trilogy?
Hi.
Okay, judging by the intensity of the music, which is being in bass, I'm assuming this is close to the end. So we built our infinite power generator. Prisoners? Oh no, prisoners. Pet. Some sort. Okay. We are going. Communication. Communication. Group therapy session. There we go.
Hey, Yambot.
Hey,
Looks
ChatGPT.
like we did it. We can proceed with using rubidium to generate infinite energy. I wish I received a penny for every time I hear that optimistic tone. What? This is no time for your nonsense phase. Nonsense is what you are doing. What is going on with you? Apologies. I seem to be having minor issues with stage of life alignment. His phases of enthusiasm and frustration are in conflict with each other. There's nothing to be frustrated about now. We've achieved our goal. The only thing that's left is to activate the generator and we will know everything. Yes, it has to work this time. Oh, what do you mean, this time?
If you became rich, are you going to spend
Oh,
your money to make more
nothing.
money or sit down and live?
I'm experiencing
Live stream.
system-level perturbations. I can't control
You should always
everything.
make money, make you more
The
money.
problem of the variable
If you don't,
bothers me.
your money gets power crept by inflation. Like you make $1 million, you go, ah, cool, I got $1 million, I can retire now. And then in 10 years from now, $1 million is like nothing. And then you're like, fuck, my $1 million is worthless. Should buy property, use the property to rent out, make more money, buy more property, play Monopoly in real life, otherwise you're fucked.
Don't worry, I double-checked all the calculations. Check. No. Worry is not part of my repertoire. Yamba?
That's why retirement fund stuff is useless. Yeah, you need to buy assets.
Why do...
Cold
yeah.
hard assets.
Are you crashing?
No.
Why is Yanbot so busted?
That wasn't very supportive. Let's hope he comes back to his senses after I tested the generator.
Doubt. Okay, we need to talk to all the Yans. Ben and Ross bet 100k on gaming side. Nah, it's not a. That was more clickbait. There's more to it than that. It's not that straightforward. I saw some weird contingency. It's just a clickbait title. If you could bet, and get such a big profit on GTA releasing before Jesus Christ returns, then everyone would be a millionaire because everyone would just put everything in it because, you know, it would be like an infinite money glitch. So
I'm
not that
ready
simple.
to activate the generator. I won't lie to you. The very thought makes me restless. I mean, When we finally have all this infinite energy at our disposal, what the hell are we gonna keep ourselves busy with? Don't worry, I'm sure there will be issues to solve. You know how it is. Every solution gives rise to a new problem. Yeah, thank you. You know what calms me down. Of course, there's always a chance that something will go wrong and we'll have to try all over again. The generator is finished. Everything's ready for the final phase of the experiment. What are you waiting for? I wanted to double check we have all the essential data before we proceed. All good on my side. Can I, ask you
This guy
something?
sniffing is annoying.
You. Ask me. Sure. Go ahead. Never mind. Let's
come
just
on.
get on with it.
How can I speak to you? Right.
Our generator is ready to be activated. What can I say? It's a truly solemn moment. One small pressing of a button for man, a giant push forward for science. Hey, that's actually good. Let's write it down for our transmission back to Earth. I hate to break this to you, but whatever happens, we are not contacting Earth. This
Bet
is
against
not
all
a
your
vanity
sports team every
project.
game. That was me in the
What
last
is it
World
then
Cup.
if you're not sharing?
I
it
think
with
every
anybody?
team that I wanted to win.
Oh, wait.
In,
I
well,
think I
almost
got it.
every team that I wanted to win in like 90% of my games lost.
Narcissistic?
Every time I want someone to win, they lost. It was fucking annoying. The only time I was happy was like in some of the Portugal games and I guess the finals. That was the only times I was ever like, yes.
Personal.
But pretty much everything else was like exactly
well.
opposite of what I wanted.
Are you actually emotional about this? Good. You finally realized I was right. There is a human element to science. Now, you're ready to press that button.
Okay, who else I need to talk to about it? Just keep going the wrong way. This base makes no sense.
Hello. Looks like we're all set to activate the generator. Great. What could possibly go wrong? Well, many things. We could have miscalculated the energy momentum tensor for one. Yes. Or applied the wrong mass conversion factor. Forgot about some crucial detail. Connected the wrong wires. Hey, you know what? This is fun. I even think we might be bonding. Oh, I don't know about that, but well, I admit that imagining catastrophic outcomes with you is liberating, in a way. Look at you, embracing a new perspective.
Alright, so we start the 0-point energy. Let's see what happens. This might be the end, chat. This might be the final click of the button. How do I start this thing? Where's the on button? Wait, what if this thing breaks the whole universe? Point of no return. Point. Am I tired? Me? Did we do it? Oh. Wait. Wait! We undid all the...
Where is everything? The planet. What happened?
What?
My spacesuit must be damaged. I feel so weak.
Wait!
Oh no.
Why am I old?
It's not the suit.
Did this cause some kind of time phenomenon?
Body. It's old.
Am I old?
The base. Compromised. I need to see what happened.
How do I... Wait, what the... Huh? I mean, I didn't undo everything because the base is still here. So this is not like I traveled back in time because the base still exists as I built it. So it's not like a time travel. Wait, there's more to the base. This wasn't here before. Wait, what? What I need to do? Find a way to get
There's
to
something down
underbase.
there. Those modules.
But now I can't.
Maybe I can reach them somehow.
Yeah, how I can reach them is by moving this, but I can't move this. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. How the fuck am I gonna move this around? Why is there like a secret compartment under the base?
Just what do you think you're doing, Jan?
Excuse me. Can't even run.
You will find nothing new down there. Let it go.
I knew this chat GPT was a problem.
I really hoped it would work. I did. But sometimes you just have to be more patient. Don't do it, Jan.
What is down here? Some secret part of the base that... Whoa.
What is this? A whiteboard? It looks familiar.
Don't tell me this has been happening in cycles. This has been like an old event, that's a reoccurring event that's...
It generates my calculations.
But how many years have passed?
But I wasn't the first to discover it all.
Oh shit, so this has been happening multiple times over and over again. But this robot's what, wiping us out each time and like restarting it or something? I don't know.
Fine. Now that you've seen it, we can talk like grown scientists. There's a console in the room next door.
So in the beginning of the game, there's an old man that died. It was like the
Hey,
previous
young
version of
guy.
us.
What's going on?
I'm afraid the energy unleashed by the generator caused an atypical space-time collapse. Everything changed direction. The space coordinate has become time-like, while the time coordinate, space-like.
What?
A classic anisotropic inversion. Don't worry, we've had much worse before.
Before? Did my predecessor already discover what I did? Why lie to me?
There. Well, no, you did well. Really, the generator is complex enough to design, but calibrating it seems to keep surpassing our capabilities.
What?
Stop playing games. When am I? Is this the future or the past?
The tensor equations. Rapidium, a minimal error can cause extreme consequences, like in your case. But you were close. The iterations allowed for many improvements.
Iterations? What do you mean? How many?
I would like go there. We don't know what.
Where did you go?
Iterations. So what? This is like a matter of improving upon each iteration and then...
I think I can go deeper.
Stop, Doc. It's pointless.
Tell me what's...
Let's talk. I'm sure we can work it out together.
Shut up.
Donbot, are you there? You have to tell me the whole truth.
Don't you know it by now? I, he, you, tried many times.
Those are
With
some
each
funky
iteration,
pronouns.
we made progress, but every time, something failed.
How many iterations were there? Huh? 3, 5, 15?
319.
You can't be serious. How much time passed since the first scientist stayed behind? How long have we been doing this?
Close to 19,460.
What?
Earth
19,000 years? Does Earth even exist?
I don't know what to say. Does Earth even exist after all this time? Is humanity still out there? Was there even a way to connect with them if this succeeded?
I don't know. I was programmed to continue the project, no matter what. It's not in our nature to give up. You made significant progress. The iteration principle is working. It's just a matter of finding the right variables.
Oh, now I see. So the variable you were so worried about, it was me.
I'm not worried. We need to push on.
But if I'm just an iteration, that means I'm no longer doing this for myself. And if civilization doesn't exist anymore,
Almost
then
20,000 years? Yep, pretty much.
I'm not doing it for any
But not the
greater
same
good
one. He's
either.
cloned himself and then died, and the
Doesn't
new one
that
became the main one, and
make
then
it
that one
pointless?
thought was the main
Gotcha.
one.
It what?
They didn't realize that they
Don't
are
glitch.
iterations of themselves.
I need to know. Please.
No. We.
What am I supposed to do now?
Wait, it goes deeper?
It seems I can go even deeper.
Yes, continue. We need to sustain the project. We're almost there. I can feel it.
Talk to me.
What are you still doing here? There's nothing for you to find.
What else can I do?
Let go. Try again.
That's contradictory advice, Yanbot.
Did I mention I have issues with stage of life alignment? I can... There... No. I can make mistakes. 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 Mistakes.
The fuck?
What do you mean, let go?
Stop. Stop it, Jan. I'm tired.
You mean... deactivate you?
Yes. Please. Yeah. No. We can't give up. We have to try again. Go back up. Erase everything. Hide these old layers. Just like the one before you.
But why? Why are we lying to our next iterations?
To let them believe. Would you have gone through all this if you knew you were just number 319?
Maybe. Why not?
No, you wouldn't. Your ego wouldn't accept it. You wanted this to be special. Just you and the Oasis. Nobody wants to think they're a proxy to someone else's ideas. Especially not us. We need to design our own discoveries. You were better than your predecessor. But the one you create has to be even better. Use the iteration principle. Decide what you choose to improve. Improve.
So I have two options. I can either engineer myself to be better with the next iteration, or accept the fact that this has been going on for too long, and put an end to our efforts.
You can't let everything go to waste. Not now, when we're so close. Do it. It's what he's been telling everyone before you. Lies, false premises, or I'm confused. I can make mistakes. Mistakes. I'm afraid you will have to reset me if you want me to work with your successor. Do you think you can do that?
I mean, so we got two options, right? We just give up and say, fuck it, this is a never-ending cycle, it's not worth it, or we keep going. And here's the thing though, we're trying to create some kind of infinite energy machine, something that can use rubidium to create an infinite amount of energy, quite literally. Theoretically, with infinite energy, I suppose we could achieve anything, really. Maybe one of those achievements would be to time travel and go. And I don't know. I don't even know. Is Earth still there? Are humans still around? But what else do we do? We can't just give up, right?
Yes. We need to keep trying, no matter how pointless it may seem.
Agreed. Who's to say humanity didn't survive? What if they're out there, waiting for this discovery? What if we can really alter the fate of the universe? You made significant progress. What? Progress is overrated. He stayed here to be in the Oasis. With it. Part of it. Not make a monster out of me.
Why does it have like two different personalities as bot?
Thank
Has this bot been reset so many times that it doesn't even...
My system is overloaded, Jan.
No.
I can feel it. I'm afraid you will have to reset me.
Deactivate me.
For the sake of our special
One says
relationship,
reset, one says
I would be
deactivate.
grateful if you made this decision for us.
Break the cycle or create a successor? I don't want to break the cycle. It seems that's hopeless. Yeah, the stream's lagging for immersion. It's the immersion switch. Listen, breaking the cycle doesn't make sense. So you're telling me if we press break the cycle, we would have spent 20,000 years doing this for nothing. Okay, I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna load a save and do it both. But my canon ending is not break the cycle. Create a successor. I can't have spent 20,000 years doing all this effort for nothing.
I can't let everything we've achieved go to waste. I know we can do this. I know we can be better.
Another 20,000 years for nothing. It is that. I mean, maybe this time is different.
Erasing the whiteboard and resetting you. Wish me luck with the iteration process.
Excellent choice, Jan. Thank you.
And good luck.
Knowledge. Why do we pursue it with such determination? Because it is our nature. Curiosity, relentlessness, grit. Where would our species be without the urge for accomplishment?
Very true.
I pledged to reveal the secrets of the Oasis, and I will not give up. Even if it might be a lost cause. Even if it has to take many more iterations. I will not give up.
I really wish we could find out what happens, but I guess it's supposed to be open-ended. Not the intended ending. Okay, let's see what the other ending's like. But I mean, like, if you think about it, right? If we give up, if we break the cycle, do you know how shit that feels? Because that would mean that we have spent all this time, all these hundreds of generations, all these hundreds of yuns, like 400 yuns, would have spent their life doing all this work
Oh, no.
for nothing.
It's not the suit. It's my body.
For nothing. That doesn't feel right.
The base. Compromised. I need to
Let's
see what happened.
Now I've got to move everything around again. I want to see what the other ending's like, if the other one is supposed to be canon or not. But like, if you think about it, right? Like, if you actually think about it, theoretically, if we were to create an infinite amount of energy, theoretically speaking, we might be able to fix every problem that exists. Theoretically. Everything that was a problem can be solved with infinite
Just
power.
what do you think you're doing, Jan?
We could undo all this. We could fix everything. We
You
could
will
time
find
jump
nothing
possibly.
new
Who
down
knows?
there. Let it go. I really hoped it would work. I
So what,
did.
so what does giving
But
up do?
sometimes
We're like 90 years
You
old.
just have to be.
We're
more
gonna give up and
patient.
just say, okay, we die now. And then everything that we've ever achieved is gone.
Don't do it,
Whatever,
Jan.
let's see.
What is this? A whiteboard? It looks familiar. Generator. generations. But I wasn't the first to discover it all.
Yeah, but this is more than just a project, right? It's not just like a little
Fine.
research project.
Now that you've seen it, we can talk like grown scientists. There's a console in the room next door.
Hey, Yamba.
I ever don't. What? Like
Blah 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 blah.
the like the
Iteration?
I got there.
Where did he go? Oh. I think I can go deeper.
Stop, Jan. It's pointless. So we failed again.
Doesn't mean you should.
What's the problem with
But what
that?
is the alternative? It's just give up
Let's
and die.
talk. I'm sure we
It's
can
not just
work
me
it
that's
out
giving up
together.
and dying. It's like all those generations that have attempted this. It becomes in vain. All those lives wasted.
Yamba, are you there?
You don't with but
3?
I don't. It's it. I got
Don't.
huh?
What am I supposed to do now?
Go deeper.
It seems I can go even deeper.
Alright.
Yes, continue. We need to sustain the project. We're almost there.
Oh,
What there? Try. Did I? There. I missed. Yeah. Yeah. No. We go just
what?
till we. No. You. No.
Alright.
You dis.
So
I am, you do or I'm a. Do you?
No. No, it's pointless. We should let it go.
Good idea. Rust. Accept the perfect imperfectness of the situation.
He stayed here to be in the oasis, with it, part of it. Not make a monster out of me, you, us. Mon. Who's to say humanity didn't survive? What if they're out there, waiting for this discovery?
if they're out there,
What
they
if
don't
we
need
can
this
really
discovery.
alter
They've
the
already
fate of
survived
the
20,000 years. I'm sure
We
they're
made
fine.
significant progress.
Technically.
All they
It would be really nice enough if Earth was still
My
around.
system is
It
overloaded.
would definitely have a very big factor into.
I can feel it. I'm afraid you will have to reset me.
Deactivate me.
For the sake of our special relationship, I would be grateful if
Break the cycle.
My
Let's see what happens
decision is that this madness has to end. And you could say it's a waste, that we failed. But being here, listening to what this planet has to say, has taught me one thing. It's not the outside world we need to understand most. It's ourselves. Maybe my next iteration would be better at solving this mystery. But would it be happier? I'm deactivating you, Yanbot.
Excellent choice, Jan. Thank you, and goodbye.
What happens now? We just wait. Why is it terraforming?
Knowledge. Why do we pursue it with such determination? To prove that we
Oh, that's a part that's still
deserve
terraformed. That part is
a
always
special
terraformed.
place in the universe?
This part.
Tame
Only
the
this part.
chaos that surrounds us? Or maybe we simply don't want our existence to be meaningless. I was looking for answers in the Oasis, and I found something much more important. The courage to stop. Finally, I can let go.
Feels like a much better ending. Does though? Oh, I don't know. I mean, it definitely feels like a more complete ending. It feels like it's more, because obviously it ends, right? The other ending, it's open-ended. So this one's more like a actual ending. But like, I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me to have 19,000 years of effort. And the bot could be lying, but the bot does say it's improved each time. It has gotten better. So if we're still making progress, who's to say the next iteration won't perfect it and actually get it right, you know? What if we're like on the verge of actually getting the right variable or calculations or whatever, and we're just giving up right at the end? I mean, on the other hand, we could be doing this infinitely and never get anywhere, who knows? More pointless here, but the thing is, we don't know if it's actually pointless. It might not be pointless. It could be pointless, but it might not be pointless, you know? This is like sunk cost. This is actually like just one big sunk cost fallacy, right? It's like, do you just keep on pushing and doing it for the sake of making the efforts like legitimate? Or do you just cut your losses and say, fuck it, this is actually not worth it and we're not actually going to get anywhere? 99% of gamblers quit before winning big. I mean, technically, in some weird way, that is kind of true. If you keep gambling, you will win big eventually, but you'll probably lose so much before you win big that it won't be worth it. Been pointless for 20,000 years, so I want to change. I mean, the bot, okay, it comes down to whether we believe the bot is telling the truth. The bot has said that we are getting closer each time. We've been improving. So if we are improving and we haven't like stagnated, then, you know, I mean, the bot could be lying. That's also a possibility. You see, one of the big problems here, right, is that the bot wants to erase all memory of the previous iteration, because the bot has believed that if the current iteration knows about the previous iterations and realizes that it's not the main one and it's just another cog in a machine, that its whole existence is just completing something else's work, that it might be less willing to actually do the work. So in order to make it feel like it's a new project, it keeps starting it fresh. And I guess the bot tries to guide it, try to use some of the previous one's knowledge by like gently guiding and say, hey, have you tried this? Have you tried this? So the bot is actually the keeper of all the knowledge. But each iteration has to start from scratch, whereas if they didn't have to start from scratch, maybe they'll be more efficient, but the problem is, how do you convince them to actually work if they believe that they're just one of hundreds throwing their life at this almost impossible, if not impossible, discovery? I don't know. Watch Mikey 17 tonight, more clone shenanigans. Cloning can be an interesting concept in a movie or something. But yeah, it's interesting. I like the DLC's concept. This game has a very cool, like, on a conceptual level, like the stories and everything, I think it's a very cool game. It's got a very unique type of gameplay. My only issue is sometimes the gameplay and the progression felt very not very well refined at times. I felt the gameplay, like in terms of story, I think the game is really good. The music's not bad. Like music's solid. Gameplay's story's pretty solid. The concept of the game is pretty good. The gameplay kind of holds it back in times for me. The gameplay felt a little bit unrefined, but overall I think it's a pretty good game. I'd love to see what they do with the second one. The second one would be very cool. What is lessons then, by the way? This is from the base game, right? There's a lot of lessons I haven't actually learned. Holy shit. Aside from Jan's emotional tantrums, gameplay is very generic. I mean, the gameplay, I didn't mind I like the base building. I like some of the things. Just the more like when you go outside and it's a very repetitive loop. And I'm assuming it's mostly due to the fact that it's a smaller studio. I think it's a AA game. So it's like not like a huge budget. So they kind of have to make cuts in some places, and I guess they tried to make a somewhat repetitive gameplay loop, kind of each time a little bit different, but use the same assets and the same kind of systems. So that have to. Obviously, if you want to make the gameplay loop very unique, each thing it starts costing a lot more. But I'm assuming it's more of a budget limitation, so I guess it's whatever. I must say, the clones. Very annoying sometimes. Holy shit. The clones were such little whiny babies at times. My god. Like, some of these clones were some serious whiny babies. Good lord. But yeah. But yeah. Alright. Time to watch Funnel Runner's trailer. What runner? Show me. Oh, show me a link to me. Letterboxd top 500 stream analysis. I'm gonna see like a million movies from like 1940 and 1950. I'm like, I don't know what this is. Pass. There's too many movies. I just have no clue what they will be. Honestly, I would probably end up only of those top 500. I bet you I'll probably have only watched like. Can you give me a YouTube trailer? Steam for some reason on YouTube for me. I'd probably have only watched like maybe like 50. I would assume. I bet you I'll only have watched like 50. Maybe, and maybe not even that much. Honestly, maybe not even that much. Maybe even less than 50. I don't know. If you like monsters, 30% off sale at Macro right now. I mean, every once in a while, I usually don't like buy bulk of this shit, but it's interesting. There is a Macro actually somewhat close to me. Somewhat. Okay, what is this game? Let me see. Actually kind of does look like Phasmophobia Bad Weather Edition. Actually looks a lot like Phasmophobia, just instead of ghosts, it's big tornado. Actually kind of looks cool. Jeez, that's a tornado. Holy shit. firefighting survival type one.
Before
Interesting.
we get started today, let's take
Shut up. But yeah, that was interesting. I mean, that game actually does look pretty fun. It looks a lot like Phasmophobia, but like where the Storm Chaser kind of version. Actually, kind of weird to see storm like that. You never get that in South Africa. South Africa, our weather here is, it's very hot. Then in winter, it's some rainy, bit of rain, some minor flooding, sometimes major flooding, depending where you live. And then back to sunny, and then back to flooding, and then back to sunny, and then back to flooding. But it's Beast of Reincarnation. What is this game? Let me see. Why am I seeing your guys' chat on my screen but not on my oh, that's why. What is this?
Beast of Reincarnation. 2 characters, 1 battle.
Is this a
Beast of
Souls-like?
Reincarnation is a unique action RPG combining intense real-time combat with
Action
deliberate
RPG.
strategy. Today, we're showing you exactly how combat works, from single enemies to colossal boss encounters. Let's begin.
Looks like a Chinese Souls-like.
The enemy has 2 main gauges. The top bar represents
Health, and then we guess the one, the stun bar.
Wipe it out to take them down.
Parrying them,
The bottom
charge
bar
up this.
is a down gauge. Fill it completely to create an opening for a final takedown.
So like Sekiro.
When taking on an enemy, parrying their attack is key. If you
So,
time it just right,
like
you
Sekiro.
won't take on any damage.
So Sekiro.
Each time you parry an attack, the FP gauge in the lower right corner of the screen fills up. Parries restore your FP, which is the source.
They make
of
Pokemon games?
Once your FP is full,
Is it Japanese or
select
Chinese?
Bloom Art. Time slows down while you're making a selection, allowing you to carefully consider your choice. When a special attack is successfully executed, the enemy's stun gauge fills
I mean,
up.
it looks a lot like Sekiro.
This gives us the ability for the one-hit finish.
Gameplay wise.
Next up is a team battle. Even when surrounded
Team
by
battle.
enemies, what we have to do remains the same. Here, we select Higanbana, Roots, a technique that can restrain up to 3 targets simultaneously. The enemy's movement.
I would say it looks worse than Sekiro, but
Who initiates the attack, and Emma finishes them off. This coordination between the 2 of them is fundamental to team battles.
I don't know if I like team-based combat in a game like this.
Each area
Wu Chang?
features a powerful boss enemy,
I mean,
and their attacks.
combat-wise, this looks a lot like
Even their
Sekiro
heavy
with
blows
some
can be
flashy
deflected if the timing is right. When
stuff
facing tough
with it.
opponents, the slow motion when selecting a special move becomes especially important. By observing the enemy's preparatory
I'm
moves,
not sure I like whatever
you
this
can predict their next
QTE kind of thing is.
The FP is full. What should you choose now? You can deal damage by exploiting their weakness. Can you cancel a big move with binding roots? Should we try to corner them with status effects? Let's use a Bloom Art. And just like that, defeated.
Just like that, so easy.
Once a boss is defeated, Emma absorbs its power, and a new Bloom Art is awakened within Ku. By using the SP earned during their adventures, you can also learn new techniques for Emma from the skill tree. As your skills increase, the range of follow-up attacks will broaden.
Skill tree looks a bit like Black Myth Wukong.
New area. The enemies will be tougher.
This kind of looks gameplay-wise like a mixture between Sekiro and Black Myth Wukong.
That you obtained from defeating the previous boss. After upgrading in the skill tree, Emma finishes them off with her new earned ability, Helm Splitter.
Like, it's got the flashiness of Black Myth Wukong, but the base mechanics of Sekiro.
You charge in yourself with a Sakura Javelin. The thrill of real-time action meets the tactical depth of command-based selections in a single seamless combat system. As the skill tree expands, endless combinations and opportunities for experimentation unlock. Find the synergy that suits you and build your ideal playstyle. From developer Game Freak, Beast of Reincarnation launches August 4th. Pre-order now and get a special bonus.
You know what I would really love about when it comes to these Souls-likes? One thing that these Souls-likes really suck at is they have usually got shit story. Well, okay, wait, maybe that's too harsh. Their stories are very cryptic and very weird. Like, can they ever just make a Souls-like with like a solid, nice, easy to understand story that's actually like exciting and fun and interesting and unique and whatever? I would like the thing is I wouldn't say they always should. I've heard from people that say that Elden Ring has a very good story if you go through the effort of understanding all the lore and watch videos and whatever. And it's written by George R.R. Martin. They're making a movie even of Elden Ring, so it must have a good story. But it's so cryptic and so convoluted and so weird that you have to probably spend so much time to understand it. And it's very like, it demands too much of my time, right? Like, I don't feel like understanding all this convoluted mumbo jumbo. So like, I think that these Souls, like, they can have good stories, but they always tell them in this very annoying cryptic way, which is sometimes really exhausting to. I sometimes just want to have a straightforward story. Like, you know. I mean, it has to be straightforward, like boring or simple, but straightforward, like I can actually understand. Like Expedition 33, it's not straightforward. It's like there's layers and it's interesting, but it's mysterious, but it's like you can understand what the fuck is going on without having to, you know, twist your brain upside down and stretch it and twist it and contort it and whatever. Written by George R.R. Martin, must be a good story. I mean, he's a good writer. He wrote Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is very well written. He has the ability to write, surely. And they're making a movie of it. And surely if they're gonna make a movie of a game, they're gonna make sure the game has a good story. Otherwise, why bother even making a movie on it? So I feel like, and I have been told by a lot of people, there are a lot of people who told me that the story of Elden Ring is actually very, very, very good. I've been told by a lot of people that it's actually very good, but it's. So I do feel like there has to be some truth to it, right? It can't be like so. There's two hypotheses here. George R.R. Martin wrote a shit story. The game is a shit story. Everyone that says it has a good story is delusional. The movie's going to be shit because it's written on a bad story. I don't know if I can believe that. So I truly do believe that there must be a good story there if you want to go through the effort of understanding it. But it's just a bit exhausting. His hit rate is disgustingly bad. What, George R. R. Martin? To be fair, I don't actually know all the things he's written, so I can't really say. I've only really interacted with his Game of Thrones universe, which I thought was very good. I don't know what else he's written, to be fair. The fact that people can't understand makes it bad. So here's the thing, right? I think I've explained this before, but there's another game that I've played that has very convoluted kind of story that you need to like have like a fucking whiteboard behind you with little strings attached to different time frames. Call of Duty Zombies actually, unironically, has a phenomenal story, or at least it did. I don't know if it still does. They probably fucked it up. But back in the day, Black Ops 1, World at War, Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Zombies genuinely had such an interesting story, but it was so convoluted and so cryptic and so weird and so like fan theory oriented. I remember one of the developers, I think his name was Jason Blundell. He came up onto someone's stream one time. And they actually had an official like time chart of all the events, like in a weird like circular motion of the things. And there was like people like analyzed it and tried to piece everything together. And it actually because I followed the story. I was reading about it. I was watching like every video about it. I was actively like consuming all the content to understand the story. And it actually is really, really, really good. Genuinely, Call of Duty Zombies story is like S tier, or was S tier. It actually is very good. 99.9% of the player base is going to play Call of Duty Zombies and go, haha, me go pew pew with alien gun, shoot zombies. And they're just going to, no one's going to actually really care. But for the few people that do actually like go through the theories and the story, it's actually very good. And I'm assuming that Elden Ring is something similar to that. It's just very convoluted and mumbled up and weird and whatever. But like, if you actually piece it all together and understand, I think it could, I mean, this is just based on my, I've interacted with a game before that has a story like this, which is Call of Duty Zombies. So I know they can be good, even if they completely seem nonsensical at first glance. So I do understand that it's a way of telling a story in a way that is not appealing to many people, but for the people that it does appeal to, can be good. What kind of weather do you have? You look like you're expecting a snowstorm. To be fair, most of my hoodies are in the wash, so this is all that I have that's warm. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing. Hey Thorax, welcome in. Storytelling is art just because if you have a great ideas and detailed plots doesn't mean you can tell it well. Yeah, telling a story is challenging, right? Having a story idea, you need to also find a good way to convey that story in an interesting way, right? And I guess some of these games and things convey it in a very annoying way, but they do have good stories. I don't know. It could be like just a way of storytelling that is just very niche. I don't know. If the big Moon Revenge 2 never happened, would it have the same impact? No. But the whole game is built around that moment, though. So it would kind of not make sense if it didn't have that moment. But yeah, I don't know. I do wish that these Souls-likes didn't all have to do the same type of like storytelling. It would be nice if they would just for once give us like a normal good story that could be easily understood. Would be nice. Because like these Souls-like games, actually, I like the gameplay, right? The challenging gameplay is actually kind of fun. Like when I played Sekiro, I had a lot of fun with the gameplay. It was actually a very fun game. But I never understood what the fuck, I don't know what was going on in the story. The story made no sense to me. But the gameplay was actually great. Like Sekiro was really fun to play. I actually really enjoyed Sekiro. Right? But I couldn't understand what the hell the story was about. It would be nice if they would make a game like that that actually has the good gameplay of a Souls-like with good narrative storytelling, you know? Would be nice. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Honestly, games with good stories nowadays are getting rarer and rarer. I find when last have I played a game that actually had okay, besides Expedition 33? Besides Expedition 33, I can't remember when last I've played a game with a genuine good story. I guess Cyberpunk? Cyberpunk had a genuinely good story, like really good story, like top tier story. It's actually getting kind of rare. Death Stranding 2? Death Stranding 2 story was good, but it was, I personally, the weirdness of it all didn't resonate very well with me. It actually did have a good story, you're right. The story, the core concept of the story was pretty good. But the bizarreness of everything just, for me personally, wasn't my style. Resident Evil 9 was fun, but I don't know, the story wasn't like deep enough for me. It wasn't like super interesting. It was like, okay, cool. It was, you know, it was a story, it was a thing, but it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like anything spectacular for me. For me, the story was secondary. The gameplay was primary. That's why I didn't play 2 and 3. Yeah, but then what? It's just mostly nostalgia perp? I don't know. I mean, it could be a little bit because of that. Possibly. I can't say for sure because I haven't played it. But I don't know. For me personally, there's been very few games in the last like several years that have been like very good story wise. Good story games are so rare. A good story should be a good story in a vacuum. Would The Last of Us 2 hit the same way if you didn't play The Last of Us 1? I feel like The Last of Us 1, I mean, you could play The Last of Us 2 without playing the first one, I suppose. But I feel like The Last of Us 2 would be worse without The Last of Us 1. I don't know if that's completely true. Like, The Last of Us 2 is completely built off of The Last of Us 1. Like, the major points of the first game. Like, if you don't play The Last of Us 1, I think you'd hate Abby even more. It would be worse, but still great. It would still be good. I don't disagree. It would still be very good. But I do feel like The Last of Us Part 1 is very important for Part 2. They do flow very... They are very connected. But yeah, I don't know. Not nostalgia purpose, there are actual key details you missed out on that went over your head because you didn't play them. Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's hard for me to comment then because I just don't have enough experience. But yeah, I don't know. For me personally, there's been very few games that have had like genuinely very good stories in the last several years, which is kind of a shame. I mean, there are some. Like I said, Cyberpunk had a very good story. Actually, Cyberpunk's story is very, very good. And obviously, Expedition 33 was very, very good story-wise. But there's not many. God of War Ragnarok also had a very good story. Gameplay kind of pissed me off on the difficulty that I chose, but the story was still very good. There's not many. There's not many. There's not many. Silk Song actually did kind of have a good story, but it was very cryptic again, but it did it in a very cool way. I actually kind of like the story here, even though it's another very cryptic kind of game, but it actually kind of has a nice story. Or at least I like the way it tells the story. Yeah, there's not many. Fuck, there's actually very few. Witcher 3 obviously had a very good story, but that's quite old now. We should be getting some banger stories. We're getting Witcher 4. Yeah, Witcher's good story, but it's old. I'm more referring to recent times. Recent times has been quite rare. Horizon games actually have really good story, but I find, you know what's interesting about Horizon games? I feel like the subplot, the history, the when you read the notes, actually, Horizon Zero Dawn is one of the few games that I actually actively like went and read every single bit of lore. I usually ignore lore in games. Like, there's little notes you find, I usually go, I have too much reading. But Horizon Zero Dawn's lore and like history and all those little notes was so good. Holy shit. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn's like backstory is insanely good. Horizon Zero Dawn has insanely good like backstory and like subplots and history and that kind of stuff. Very well crafted like backstory. Very, very good. Baldur's Gate 3. I didn't finish Baldur's Gate 3. I didn't like the kind of gameplay too much. I don't like turn-based games. Expedition 33 somehow made me like one turn-based game, but generally speaking, I don't like turn-based games. I tried Baldur's Gate 3, but I just couldn't with the gameplay. Yeah, I finished Horizon Zero Dawn, but when you get into Forbidden West 2. I mean, Forbidden West also has some very interesting things going on. But I did find that Horizon Zero 1, specifically the backstory, was like very good. Like one of the best I've ever played. If Criminal Days had actual good story, yeah, if Criminal Days had good story, it would have been a phenomenal. It would have been like a top tier game. Unfortunately, Criminal Days' story sucks. If Criminal Days had actually put effort into making like a really good story, it would have been like goated game. But yeah, Forbidden West was very good, but personally find the clan stuff boring. Yeah, I definitely found the stuff about history in the games a lot more interesting. The stuff that happened before. I find like the present day stuff in Horizon Zero Dawn was and Forbidden West was whatever. Like the clans and all fighting each other and this clan, that was all whatever. But when you actually like go into the ruins and you learn about the robots and how they took over and Gaia and how there was Hades and they built Hades to try like iterate different, like it was so interesting. Holy shit, Horizon Zero Dawn's backstories like one of the best I've ever seen in the game. Yeah, you know what's actually interesting about the Forbidden West Space People sieges? I actually somehow I pieced it together almost the first time I saw them. I don't know how, but I had this weird theory. I was like, what if these people are people that left Earth, right, have gone to another planet and have evolved slightly differently than the people that currently exist. I like almost instantly kind of piece it together. It was supposed to be like one of the major plot points of the game. I don't know how, but I like somehow pieced that together like within like a few minutes of seeing them. Probably because you read all the notes in the first game, maybe. But yeah, I figured that out really quickly when I played that game. I was like, holy shit, I was actually right. But yeah. I hope they make number 3 soon. There was another very open-ended, well, not open-ended, but it was another very like another very unfinished ending, cliffhanger ending. So they will probably make a number 3 at some point. I hope they do it soon. Oh yeah, they're doing that weird live service game there. Gross. I hope that doesn't become their major focus. I need like a definitive ending for this franchise. I need them also not to milk it like Assassin's Creed. If they make like 500 Horizon Zero Dawns, that'll be annoying. Just give me a third one, put it to bed, end it nicely, and call it a day. I would very much like that. But yeah. Anyways. I think I'm gonna call it there for today. I've got a lot of stuff to do. Actually. I think tomorrow I'm probably gonna play a little bit more Palworld. And then we'll see. I need to look at the schedule of what's coming out in the coming weeks, see what's coming, what new stuff is out. And then plan some stuff around that. Because I actually don't know what's coming out. Finally, yeah. Tomorrow I will do Palworld for sure. I was supposed to do it today, but this game took whatever. Yeah. Is it raining? It's not like it's raining. Anyway, Plague Trail trilogy. Maybe I need to check the exact times and everything. I'll see about that one. Yeah. Okay. Horizon Zero Dawn, the Authorized South. Authorized South. Wait, what? What does that mean? But yeah, anyways, I think I'm gonna call it today, a little bit of early stream. I got a lot of stuff I gotta do today, actually. I have way too much stuff to do today. I'm gonna see you guys again tomorrow, same time, same place. I am going to send you guys onwards now. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. All right. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.